Welcome back. Marinero with you. As you know, I had a chance to live a pretty amazing experience going back a couple of weeks, of course, and myself and the little guy were on our way to Rome, Italy, where we took part in Genoa International School of Soccer and their affiliation with AS Roma. Basically, they have ties to several clubs in Italy, Serie A clubs, Serie B clubs, Serie C clubs, and they have different contacts all over the world as well, with contacts in Hungary, in Spain, you name it, in different leagues. And we took part in a summer camp that took place probably about 10 days of soccer over a 13-day window. And that is just one of many things that they offer. Of course, they have a high-performance soccer school, and they have different programs set up for 14-year-olds, different programs set up for 18-year-olds, and the one program in which my son took part was a program that was set up for 7 to 13-year-old boys. Joining us right now is the president of Genoa International School of Soccer, Morris Pagniello. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Tony. Thank you for having me.
Good morning, good morning. Where do you find yourself right now? Actually, good afternoon for you. Probably at around 5:38 p.m. in Italy right now. Where do you find yourself?
I find myself in the middle of the Belluno, northern Italy mountains, a place called Belluno, where our 18-plus tour is actually participating in a game against Serie A's first team, Siena.
Oh, what a great experience to play against a first division club. Now, this is the over 18s?
Yes, it is, Tony. It's the 18-plus tour that we run every single July every year for players we select from around the world to come and play against the Serie A and B first teams on their pre-seasons. Wow,
so are you playing against Mattia Destro this morning?
Well, Mattia Destro's actually on bench. We don't know if he's going to come on because I'm not sure if they're going to risk him, but he's there warming up. So we're 2-0 down, unfortunately. But look, the boys are playing fantastic. The Canadian boys that are here are really doing well and showing their things as well. So we're very happy for how they're performing and stepping up to such a high caliber game.
And for those who are unaware, of course, Mattia Destro is a 21-year-old Italian forward who is on the verge of being transferred to one of the biggies, and AC Milan has been rumored, and so is Juventus, and so is Inter Milan, and the list goes on and on. So, of course, you're probably wondering if he's going to see the pitch because they wouldn't want to risk him getting hurt before they can actually sell him. So let me ask you this. Boys are from Canada. Where else, the over-18 tour that you have going on right now, you have players from where exactly that are there?
From boys from Ontario, Toronto, and some boys from Vancouver, and a player from Montreal.
Oh, fantastic stuff. What a great opportunity. Are they playing in front of any scouts?
Well, apart from the scouts, there's 3,000 people here watching their Serie A team play their friendly games, and there are many scouts from everywhere. And look, we've got scouts from Hungary, Romania, Austria, Switzerland, even Tony Dorigo from the UK, ex-English international player we've partnered up with, all here in the stands watching our boys perform and see where we can take them from there.
Okay, so we talked about your soccer school, and you are a former professional player who had a chance to play in various leagues in Hungarian First Division, other leagues as well, and also had a chance to play in Italy. And at the time, you recognized the importance of developing good young soccer players and soccer development. Also recognized that Italy is one of the better leagues for that. So you decided to leave your home Australia. You've relocated. You're in Italy. You have ties to different clubs, and we talked about the different programs that you have set up. One of which was the summer camps for boys ages 7 to 13, and I'd be remiss at this time if I didn't break up, the great support that we have from some of the businesses here in Montreal, like Cicero Sports Bar on Saint Viateur and the other on L'Angelier, and Patisserie Dolce Piu for all their help of local and amateur soccer and all their support. You also have, of course, the over 18 tour, which we're discussing right now, where players 18 years of age and older that want to be scouted, that want to have one last crack at it, want to have a chance to be noticed, play against first division and second division teams. And you also have the Ovada project, which is something I want to talk to you about. Morris, right now we have our best players in Canada, U15 and U16 players that are playing in the provincial all-star championships, the boys in Newfoundland and the girls in Halifax. And which is a great opportunity to be scouted. But you yourself also have an unbelievable opportunity for these kids talk to me about the Ovada project, which I believe originated 3 years ago in Zane.
Yes, basically, it's a residential program we hold for players from abroad. We give the opportunity for them to basically do what these 18-plus does in 2 weeks. Live like professionals, train like professionals all year round on a 10-month program. And basically, out of that program started 3 years ago, we've actually put in place over 46 players to professional clubs. Professional and semi-professional, even though the semi-professionals are professionals here in Italy, but we're a total of 46 players that have come through our system. So it's a program that basically we put a lot of hours, a lot of 4 or 5 hour training days into it, where the players are just put into focus with the best Italian Serie A qualified coaches, and also put on show every midweek game that we play against the A, B, or C teams of the boys' age group.
Okay, the way our education program works here, most of the kids, and there are some exceptions that aspire to a professional career, are in a program that is called Sport-Etudes, where they combine studies with sport. If parents are listening to us this morning, why would they consider Genova International School of Soccer, and what education could be given to their child overseas, notably in Ovada? First of all, where is Ovada?
It's okay. We're basically situated 20 minutes from Genoa, 1 hour from Turin, 1 hour from Milano, 1 hour from the border of France. So we're logistically in the north-south of northern Italy, basically. Yeah, south of northern Italy. And going back to your question, the boys actually, a lot of players that do come here that are underage do schooling online. So they do a schooling where they're looked at by us and our staff members, because we do have people overlooking them when they're doing their homework, or if they've got to do exams. A lot of players have actually finished their year 12, their last year exams supervised under us, or someone from the Genoa or Vicenza University who we collaborate with. And there are many other business courses players can do for the older players that have already finished it. But, it's pretty full on here. We do train twice a day, but we think it's fundamental that a player does continue his studies abroad anyway.
Okay, and the training is given by former professionals?
All ex-professional players. I strongly believe that, for development at a youth and this age, you need a former player to give that. Our coaches are former players that can give that extra, the extra tips on the players on the field. Not saying that a non-professional player is not a good coach, but our players that have played Serie A or played in Champions League just have that experience and that energy to be able to, help our players develop as quick as possible. Because our objective is to, get them in there and get them as quick as out as we can to get them into a club.
And besides yourself, a former professional footballer, having played 10 years in Italy, the UK, Hungary, Australia, and USA, and you're also, of course, a legal representative for the players in negotiations with any club, quote-unquote, their agent. You also find Fabrizio De Poli, a former professional Italian player, having played over 300 games with Livorno, Padova, Treviso, and Arezzo. You find Maurizio Ramon Turone, who's a former professional international player with AS Roma, AC Milan, Genova, Bologna, Catanzaro, having played over 350 Serie A games, winner of two Champions League titles, of course. Roberto Briata, ex-professional footballer with Genova, Alessandria, Valenzana, and current coach of Genoa CFC reserve team. And Ivan Vukomanovic, ex-professional footballer, Serbian international, Red Star Belgrade, Bordeaux, CSKA Moscow. The list goes on and on. So you do have a lot of former professional players there. Okay.
Yeah, and they're on hand every day, every single day. They're present at our camps or at the camp where we have our base in Ovada. So, we have 4 or 5 coaching staff on the field all the time.
When can you start welcoming these 14 years of age players and older? And how long will their stint be there? I mean, will it be for as long as they like, or is there a certain cutoff period here?
Look, we normally can give a 10-month program, a 5-month program, 3-month program, but we can even host players for a month to see how they like, because you just don't know. Sometimes, our toughest battle is the homesickness, and that's what real professionals have to get past, is the homesickness and being away from their families, yeah, and just living for the sport. It's not an easy thing to do. So we do offer monthly programs as well, just to see where the players can go. And look, if we see a player isn't going or taking the next step, there's no use in wasting his time or his family's time. We'd say, look, you're not developing at what the rate we'd want to, and so they're currently under pressure to perform and not in a comfort zone. So the most important thing for us is to just keep them going, and never to be comfortable that that they're wasting their time or money, or you know what I mean.
And let's be honest, let's be brutally honest, Morris, as well. Your GISS Sports Center in Novara, which is a beautiful facility. I've had a chance to see some pictures here with an Olympic-sized pool with a couple of turfs, a nice grass and a synthetic turf as well, and indoor tennis courts, and full facility in the workout room and all that stuff, and the dormitory, which is on site, and a walk into town and close by the train station as well. It only sleeps so many people with either 2 or 3 per room. You have limited spaces. You're not going to keep somebody there to take up room for someone else if they have no chance of hooking up with a professional team. You like to get guys in there, develop them as good and as quickly as possible, sign them up with a team, and make room for someone else.
Exactly. Look, we've got a long list of players, and a lot of players that would like to be part of this. We think that we invite a lot of players, but the fact is, we are limited in our spaces, and we work on the quality and not the quantity. So at a time, we won't have more than 30 people at a time in the actual complex.
Fantastic stuff. I've had a chance to witness it. I've had a chance to see the relationship that you have with pro teams. I've had a chance myself to see how respected you are, even from the likes of legends like Bruno Conti. Thank you very much for the opportunity that we had in the 7 to 13-year-old category. I hope that we can do something else going forward. I'm sure we will, because the training, like you said, is second to none in Italy. To reach Morris Pagniello, check out Geneva International School of Soccer. You can also reach the Quebec representative, Joe Racine, at 625-2311. He is the representative for all of Quebec and for the Maritimes as well. Morris Pagniello, thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time, Tony.
Okay.
I hope, everything's good.
And tell Mattia Destro Marinero wants him to go to Inter Milan.
Not Roma?
Or Roma. Why not? Appreciate you taking the time again.
Thank
you very much. Okay, there you have it, Morris.